G'day, my name's Worster, and this is my speedrun of Pokemon Yellow in 1 hour and 59 minutes. And I've got a 5-upper on commentary with me.
Hey, how's it going?
A bit of backstory. I originally did a speedrun of this game in 2 hours and 2 minutes, and at that stage I was actually really happy with the run. And then one day I just came up with this slightly different route that would save about a minute. And so then there was this crazy week where there were like 10 people just trying to get the world record and trying to beat the time. And then eventually I came out with this run, which was a really good run. To give a bit of perspective of how good this run was, it was still April 1st in America, and half the people thought it was an April Fool's joke. And I was just playing its ass back on stream because this run was absolutely amazing.
Nice
So the
bump
main
in the
premise...
wall. Right away.
Great start. It's RNG manipulation. If
Of
anything
course.
goes wrong, 100% it's RNG manipulation. Like, the amount of battles that can kill you, like, pretty much this run can be destroyed by every single trainer except one in the game. Like, every single trainer can kill you. And you have to put in so much time because... So most Pokemon speedruns, you check your starter's stats, and if they're not good, you reset. And so you reset like 2 minutes in. Because this run, your starter is freaking Pikachu, it's not what you use throughout the run. So you have to go all the way to Route 2 to catch a Nidoran male, and so it takes like 8 minutes to get all the way up there. I think combined between us, we've put in about 5,000 resets into this game
Oh
to try and
yeah.
get a good speedrun.
Oh yeah. I've put a ton of time in this game and it's unforgiving, but I mean the reward of getting a good run in is really nice. It feels really good to get a good run in.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely the run that I've been most proud of. Like, I didn't even think sub 2 hours was possible. And when I was doing this run, my aim was not for 159. I was going for, like, 2 flat at best. This run just came out of absolutely nowhere. It was breathtaking how good it was, honestly. I was really impressed. So, okay, the first battle is actually quicker to lose, because we don't care about Pikachu at all. And it's quicker for Eevee to kill you than you to kill Eevee. Because, like, your defense is absolute trash. So it'll take 5 turns for you to kill him, and it'll take 3 to 4 for him to kill you. So basically you just want him to be spamming tackles. So I got lucky enough that he gave me all 3 tackles, and I got a critical, so I killed him in 4 hits. So this put me at low enough health that I'm in what we call red bar. So red bar is when you're lower than 20% of your health, it'll do like the panic music, and it'll skip jingles such as leveling up or learning your moves. So that saved like 5 seconds, and I saved a turn because I got a critical. So a really good rival fight to start off.
And it's exclusive to Gen 1.
Oh
The
yeah,
Gen is
red
good.
bar. Okay, so now we head off into Route 1, and there's nothing to do here but to just hope for no encounters. I'd say average, like, because you have to go through Route 1 twice, I'd say average is like 3 encounters, both back and forth, and in my first one I get 0, so amazing start again. I don't know, like, pretty much everything about this run was incredible. Like, the things that actually went wrong, which is very untypical of a Pokemon game, were actually my movement. Like, the movement in Pokemon games isn't that tricky, especially in Generation 1. It's mainly about the battles messing you up and getting like an unlucky crit, or you miss an attack, or they use the wrong move, or confusion, or sand attack, or, well, the list goes on. There's a lot of things that can screw you up. But in this case, pretty much every single one of the battles went right, and this is, in my opinion, the hardest Pokemon game to speedrun, simply because, like, everything is out to kill you. And because instead of using a really solid Pokemon, you're using a Nidoking, which is really offensive, but it can get bodied so easily. So yeah, coming up next when we get to Route 2, we're looking for a level 6 Nidoran male, which is a 5% chance to appear. So we usually spend like, I'd say like 8 encounters looking for one there, and then if we don't get one, we have to reset. Okay, so that's my first encounter in Route 1. I'm still happy so far, because like I said, between both passes, I'd say 3 is average. Like, I think the most I've ever had is 8. So it can go pretty bad. And obviously every encounter you take is just more time off. And yeah, I ended up with 2 encounters, which is really nice. But yeah, so it's a 5% chance for a level 6 Nidoran male to appear, and then he has to have good stats. And in this game, he actually has to have good stats in absolutely everything. So we go to the mart because we have to buy Pokeballs before doing so. Another thing about this game is that money is really, really tight. So you can only buy 2 Pokeballs, and you have to catch 2 Pokemon. So if any of your Pokeballs fail, that's a reset instantly. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed 5-upper, but I didn't buy a Paralyze heal.
No, you didn't. You bought 9 potions, which is 1 too many. And you do want the Paralyze heal because Pikachu has a 10% chance to paralyze the Nidoran. And catching a Nidoran is really hard, so if you paralyze the Nidoran right now, it'd be so heartbreaking.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously you've got to attack the Nidoran to get more chance to catch him. And then, like, if you paralyze him, it wastes over a minute going to heal that paralysis. So yeah, like I said, we wait for about 10 encounters here for a level 6 Nidoran male. And it just so happens that I got him first encounter in this run.
Damn.
So that's a 1 in 20 chance, obviously, like I said. So I've gotten first encounter Nidoran males, like I said, between us we put in 5,000 resets. It's happened a lot. But generally when you get a first encounter Nidoran, he is shit. He is absolute crap, and you just have to reset him because his stats are garbage. So every stat has a DV, which is just a number between 0 and 15. That determines how good a statistic is, and the higher that number, the better the stat is. And so, like, the difference between a DV is, like, at this stage, it's pretty negligible, but when you grow, like, levels and you become higher and higher, those DVs take a huge toll. And you need, like, every single stat point to go through this run. Okay, so, we have to do a bit of grinding for the Nidoran at the start of the game because we need to get to level 12 before Brock, because at level 12 we learn Double Kick. So while we're in Viridian Forest, we kill a few bugs in here, and so the first thing we kill is this trainer with 2 Caterpies. And while I'm here, I'm going to check my stats at level 7, so I can see just how good this actual Nidoran is. And like I know based on what stats what my DVs are. So like your stats can only go to such a point. And so I'm looking for at least 14 attack, like 13 speed would be really nice, and I need my defense and special to be at least 11.
Wow.
Okay.
That was really
In
good.
case you didn't catch those stats, that was 15 attack, 14 speed, 11 defense, and 12 special. So that means my attack DV was either 14 or 15. My speed DV was either 14 or 15. And my special DV was 10 to 15. My defense was 11, which is a 3 to 9, but that's fine. Like, your defense just has to not be bad. Like, obviously it's not going to matter that much for speed. It just needs to be enough to keep you alive, especially in the final fight. I learned later on that my DV for attack is actually a perfect 15. My speed was 14 and my special was 14. In all of the runs that anybody has done, I don't think anybody's gotten a Nidoran that good. Ever. And this run got him first encounter. Like, that's pretty insane. Okay, so I guess we should talk about the reason that you use Nidoran. So obviously you can't use Pikachu, and you need a Pokemon to be able to beat Brock, um, like in good time, as fast as you can. So we use Nidoran because not only is he the fastest Pokemon to be able to beat Brock, like leveling a level 6 Nidoran to 12 is actually quicker than leveling a level 5 Mankey to 9 because Nidoran just gets levels really quick. But um, throughout the rest of the game, he's insane as well. Like getting a Nidoking at level 16 is pretty boss, and he learns just about every single move, including Horn Drill, which we'll see later on is the best move ever. Okay, so unfortunately I got string-shotted by that Caterpie, so I'm slower than this Metapod, so I'm hoping that he doesn't use Harden, which he does second turn, which is a bit of a shit. So now obviously that means I'm doing less damage, so I'm taking more turns. So all I'm hoping for now is a critical, otherwise I'm going to be, because this fight should take 4 Horn attacks, and then Metapod goes down, but if he uses Harden it'll take 5, which is unlucky, I got 5.
Yeah,
But
very
I only
unlucky.
lost 1 turn, so that's fine. And I didn't get any encounters up to him either.
Yeah, that's probably the worst
Viridian
thing that's
Forest
happened.
encounter rate is like really, really high in yellow. But what I am hoping for in here is a Pidgey, because I need to catch something to learn Fly. That's the last thing I need to catch in the game. And Pidgey, what's the encounter? It's like 30% or something? And I find one on my second encounter. Unfortunately, he's level 8, which means like I need to use 2 Horn attacks to make sure he'll get in the ball. Instead, I just critical him.
Nice, and he doesn't even attack you. Perfect.
Yeah, just gives me sand attack. Like he would do a lot of damage with Gust. I think one of the most heartbreaking ways to lose a run is if you run into a Pidgeotto in Viridian Forest, which is a 1% encounter rate, and you can't flee from him because he's faster, and then he just kills you. It's pretty devastating. But okay, yeah, only 2 encounters in Viridian Forest is pretty good at this stage. Like I said, the average amount of encounters in Viridian is like 5, because the encounter rate is really high in yellow. Oh my god, I almost 3-hit the Caterpie. I didn't even know you could 3-hit the Caterpie. That's insane.
That
This
attack
Nidoran
going in.
is such a beast. Yeah, he's so good. Perfect attack, it's amazing. And I get out with only 2 encounters. It's just so insane. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the Pokemon Center, and we're gonna deposit Pikachu. So the reason this happens is because Pikachu enters so many cutscenes that end up wasting time. It's actually quicker to deposit him here than it is to keep him in your party. Like for example, when you free Bill, he does a big cutscene there that just wastes a bunch of time. And every time you heal at a Pokemon Center, there's extra time there as well, because Nurse Joy gives you Pikachu instead of giving you a ball. So yeah, it's faster to take him off. And I heal here as well while I'm in the center. It's quicker to do so now. And you need the Horn Attack PP that you just used. As you'll see coming up soon is like really big PP management of Horn Attack. Like you can't just use it freely. You've got to save a couple.
The run's been going
And
like almost perfectly so far.
yeah, like overall, like against say like a TAS or something, there's been 3 encounters and 1 missed turn against Metapod. Like, that's absolutely nothing. Like generally you would have like 10 extra encounters at least. Lose 3 turns to bloody Caterpie and Metapod and Pidgeotto. And like I got a perfect fly sleeve as well. Okay, so see there, I actually used Tackle because I thought that was going to kill. This was the first big mistake of the run. So that was meant to kill, and then I got a shit damage range. So all attacks in this game have a range of damage that they can do that's variable by like, I think it's like 12.5% or something. So it can do a different amount of damage, and Horn Attack plus Tackle is always meant to kill that Diglett. And I have perfect attack, and it still didn't kill. So I got absolutely garbage damage range there. And so against this Sandshrew, I actually use Tackle first, because Tackle can miss. So I don't give myself any chance to miss the last attack and then die to Sandshrew. So I lead off with Tackle and then kill him with 2 Horn Attacks. So yeah, that fight wasn't overly good, but I didn't die and I only used 3 Horn Attacks. Like, if you just went insane there, you would use 6. So I saved a few Horn Attacks. So I heal up before Brock. Now, Brock can waste a lot of time. The Geodude isn't a big worry, but the Onix is. So the Onix can waste... How long can the Onix waste? I think about 30 minutes, and then he kills you.
Yeah, just about.
Okay, so because I've got good attack, this is the first place where it really matters, is this Geodude. You don't 2-hit this Geodude with double kick unless you have a DV of like at least 12, an attack DV, so this is where my perfect attack starts to go in. And so this Onix has an attack called Bind. Now if you don't know how Bind works in Gen 1, it just keeps attacking and you can't do anything, and then they get another attack, and he misses.
And he missed
And
the
then he
Screech.
uses Bide. So Bide, he can't attack, and it gives me 3 turns to set up on him. So I use Leer twice, so that double kick does more damage, obviously, but it's also in case he uses Bide, so that I'm not doing damage against him. So I get off 2, so I know I'll 2-hit him, and then he just so happens to use Bide, so I know I can kill him before he'll unleash on me. So that was really, really lucky. And
That
was
was
actually
perfect.
an insane Brock fight.
Perfect Brock fight.
Like, that can't possibly go any better, that fight. And like, if that Bind had hit after Screech, it would have done so much damage as well, and I would have had to use a potion and heal myself, and then he uses Bind again. Like, that fight is such bullshit. So yeah, like I said, at this stage, definitely the best run I've had. And so now I'm really, really confident with this run moving forward, and like, I was hype as fuck because I'd put hours into this game. I think like 2 days before this, I did like 20 hours of straight attempts and never got past like 20 minutes. Like, this game is just so brutal to just try and get a run going, and then just everyone can shoot you down. So okay, so now you've got Horn Attack, and that's pretty much going to be your bread and butter attack for now. It's actually really powerful for this stage of the game. Like, a 65 attack move at level 8 is really good, and it destroys up here better than anything else could. And so every time I do like more than 2/3 of something's health, I switch to using Tackle to save Horn Attack PP, because this PP is gonna go all the way to Cerulean City with no heals.
That was a standard fight.
Yeah. No misses. Good 2 hits on everyone. Okay, so Shorts guy can mess you up pretty bad. He's not as bad as in Red-Blue, because Nidoran's really beast. But Rap can still mess you up really, really bad. No quick attack from Rattatar's good, kill him in 1 hit. It's the Ekans you're worried about, because Ekans has got really good defense, and like I said, got Rap, and Rap can absolutely destroy you. If I recall correctly, okay, he uses Poison Sting, so that's fine. And so I didn't actually do half damage with my first Horn Attack,
nice.
but my second one criticaled, so I got the 2 hit there. Like, if I had done the same amount of damage with that first Horn Attack, he wouldn't have died in 2 hits there.
You gotta watch out for that Wrath, man. so deadly. You could waste like a minute or two or something.
Yeah, and like a minute or two is like absolute gold in this game.
It's the
Like
run.
it's so optimized. Like you can't be wasting any time at all. Okay, so we fight this trainer because she's only got 2 Pokemon, and the bug trainer just below has 4 Pokemon. And also the bug catcher has a Metapod and a Kakuna, and you've only got physical attacks. So it's way quicker to fight this trainer. And then afterwards we're going to reload Route 3. So this resets her trainer position, so then you can walk past her without having to fight the bug catcher. There we go. So there's just one more trainer on this route. So this is going really well, and this trainer can't really do anything. So really good Route 3 overall. Like really the only threat there is Ekans, or somehow dying to some untimely crit. But I had a lot of health going in because Brock was so good. And
That
I got a
crit.
crit. Yep. So he wasn't going to die in one hit, so that critical saved the turn as well.
3-turn Metapod.
Yeah, so if Caterpie gets a turn off and it uses String Shot and Metapod ends up being faster than you, he's going to harden before you can attack, which is going to waste more time as well. So that Metapod only knows Harden, but the Metapod in Viridian Forest knows Harden, Tackle, and String Shot because he's a yellow exclusive trainer. They thought to actually put more moves on him. And so now we evolved to Nidorino.
But that little segment went really well, and you got a bunch of critical hits also.
Yeah, so really nice, especially on the Ekans. So here is where I would catch Spearow if I didn't have a Pidgey already, and Spearow's encounter rate is 50%. So if I don't have a Pidgey there, potentially I can just keep running into Mankeys or rubbish crap and never find a Spearow. So really happy that I don't have a Pidgey, that I do have a Pidgey, sorry, and I can just skip getting any encounters there. And now the dreaded Mount Moon. So Mount Moon obviously can completely destroy a run just by getting 25 encounters. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually getting the rare candy in Mount Moon because we're going to need some extra levels a bit later in the game. And overall, this actually saves time to get this rare candy, even with the amount of encounters you can get in here. Okay, so I'm also looking for a Geodude because I need just a tiny bit more experience, and finding a Geodude will give me just enough. So I need like 100 experience, and so killing a Geodude only takes 5 seconds if he shows up, so that ends up being the fastest way to get that 100 experience. And all I'm finding is Zubats. So not so, like this has been an average Mount Moon so far, 3 encounters to this point, I would say.
Pretty decent. Yep.
That's pretty bullshit.
That was complete bullshit. Wow. 3 steps.
Okay, so yeah, if you don't know, in Generation 1, you can only get an encounter after 3 steps. And that's 4. Like the first 2 tiles after getting into a battle, you can't get another encounter. So getting an encounter after 3 steps is the worst possible thing that can happen. That's 6 Zubats I've seen so far, I think.
Where the Geodude's at, man?
Okay, so I pick up the Moonstone because obviously that's how I'm going to evolve into Nidoking. Okay, and I evolve into Nidoking now because the Geodudes aren't level 10 anymore, they're level 11 on the bottom floor. And Nidorino can't kill a level 11 Geodude, but Nidoking can, well in one hit anyway. So it's faster to evolve into Nidoking now, even though you would rather be Nidorino if you don't run into a Geodude, because Nidorino's cry is shorter than Nidoking's. But my first encounter is a level 11 Geodude. So now that I'm Nidoking, I can one-hit him with double kick. And as you can see, I only just one-hit him, so if I was Nidorino, he wouldn't have gone down in one hit. And when it comes to it, I'll tell you where that extra experience comes in handy. But that ends up being much faster.
And this encounter rate is amazing right now too.
This bottom floor is so good.
This is
I make it
insane.
all the way there with one Geodude. Like, that's a perfect bottom floor. Insane how good that was.
That's
Like,
usually the hardest floor too.
Yeah, definitely. Like, my Mount Moon was garbage, and then it just turned into awesome. It's incredible. Like, average Mount Moon overall is like 10. So to get away with 7 is really good, especially considering I found a Geodude. And so now we just see Nidoking just blast everything, because Nidoking's a beast.
Nidoking 25 minutes in the game. Who would have thought it?
Oh, so one thing I haven't mentioned is that different attacks have different animations. Even though animations are off, certain attacks make the enemy Pokemon flash, like Horn Attack does here. And other attacks make the Pokemon shake. The screen shake, rather. Also, I got the 2-hit on coughing. That's insane. I forgot about that.
That attack going in, man.
That's insane. I think that's the only time I've ever 2-hit that coughing. Like, god damn it. That's beast. But yeah, double kick is one of those moves that makes the screen shake, and the screen shaking as an attack is faster than the enemy Pokemon flashing. So if there's an opportunity to use double kick to kill something with only one kick, I'm always going to do it. An example was the Voltorb before that coughing, which is obviously gone. But just letting you know that that's the kind of optimization that goes into this run. Okay, and so there's another Ekans. So again, I'm worried about Rap. And he gives me Poison Sting again. Really nice. And so this is the last thing I fight before I get to Cerulean, and if you have a look at my Horn Attack PP, it's currently 3, and this coughing takes 3 hits to go down.
Oh
Okay, so I
man.
just don't kill him. Like, you cannot 2-hit that coughing, unless you're critical. There's no way to do it, even with this attack.
Good fight, no Rap.
And out of Mount Moon with only 7. So, again, way better than average Mount Moon. Just insane run at this stage. Okay, so we take the center here at Cerulean because we need the PP back for Horn Attack, which is the main staple move at this stage of the game. Another good thing about Nidoking is he doesn't learn a lot of useless moves. Like, a lot of Pokemon will learn moves like Withdraw and crap that you just don't want to teach. But Nidoking only learns one move in the whole game, and it ends up being really nice. So, grab the rare candy here as well, because that's going to end up saving time. And now coming up is Nugget Bridge. Now, Nugget Bridge is really where your stats go to work, honestly. There's not much you can do about this first rival fight, though. This first rival fight, he's just got, like, the worst attacks imaginable, honestly, this guy. Like, his lead has Growl, and Growl is, like, actually a really, really bad attack. Because, obviously, lowers your attack means you're doing less damage, more turns, waste time. Then his Sandshrew has high defense and sand attack, and his Eevee also has sand attack. And if you've played these games, you know how bad sand attack is. Spearow gives me Peck, which is really nice. Like, Growl wastes so much time.
Definitely a good start.
Okay, so Sandshrew comes out. This is the one I'm really worried about. Like, I'm sweating on sand attack really bad.
That crit.
Look
Ooh.
at that.
That was nice. Oh
Like,
man,
that's
that was
insane.
gorgeous.
Saved the turn with the critical, and he misses with sand attack. Fucking insane. I just cannot believe how good this run was. Like, just everything came together.
Yeah, all the fights went really, really well.
Like, you can easily lose, like, a full minute on this fight. Just by getting sand attacked and continually missing over and over and over again. And I end up saving a turn.
Well, you end up not one-hitting the Eevee, but it was still really
Yeah,
good.
that was unlucky, not one hitting the Eevee. So it's a damage range, again, like I said. So if you roll a high number on the damage range, you can one-hit that Eevee. But, like, he didn't give me sand attack, and Eevee can use quick attack and use the turn there anyway, so... Like, still, that's a...
That fight
way
was,
better
yeah,
than-
that was a
That's insane.
great fight, for sure.
Okay, so each of these trainers can specifically mess you up a bit. So this guy can't really do anything, but it's just do his Pokemon go down in one hit. Now, you don't one-hit this Caterpie, so it's whether you one-hit the Weedle coming up after this. Never mind.
Of course.
Okay, so I leveled up to 20 there. If I didn't kill that Geodude, I wouldn't have leveled up to 20 before that Weedle. And now I one-hit the Weedle. So, really good fight.
Yeah, that was really nice.
So, like, even little things like that. Like, if I don't one-hit either of those, I lose, like, 14 seconds. Like, right there. Of some shitty little non-important fight. Like, that's a big amount of time.
Yes, it is.
Okay, this Pidgey, is a damage range, again, and I kill him because my attack's so good. So that's really nice. Getting that Pidgey, because again, sand attack. That Nidoran never dies. What I'm actually worried about from that Nidoran is a double kick, because double kick wastes like 5 seconds if she uses it. Because, like, it hits twice and it's not very effective, so it takes so bloody long. But yeah, still good fight. One hit the Pidgey. Really nice. So I use Horn Attack on this Rattata because I know it's going to kill it. And I want to avoid the super effective techs from double kick. And I'm going to use Horn Attack on these guys anyway. So this Ekans is the damage range I'm really worried about. He lives,
Wow.
but he doesn't use it again.
1 HP, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad.
Like, yeah, that was unlucky, but he didn't use Wrap, so I'm really happy with that. This Zubat can actually also live, but it's really, really rare. And with my attack, I'm pretty sure he was certain to go down. But okay, that's the important level, getting to level 21 after this trainer. So if I didn't kill the Geodude, I would not be level 21 right now. But because I am, I can use my 2 rare candies and level up to level 23. And remember that one move I was talking about? He's going to learn it right now. And it's called Thrash. Now, Thrash is not only 90 power and insanely powerful at this stage, but it continually repeats itself. And Nidoking will just keep using Thrash without you having to select another move, which is really, really fast. Because, like, just it avoids so many text boxes. And so it just optimizes how many turns you're using and how quickly those turns are going. Thrash is just amazingly good at this stage. And it means I'll one-hit both of these trainers' Pokemon. And this trainer, you don't one-hit the Pidgey or the Nidoran with Horn Attack, and Pidgey's got Sand Attack, so it's really nice to get the one hit there.
Your attack was also 56 at level 23, which is the highest you can possibly have.
Yes, it is. Yeah, like I said, my attack was absolutely perfect this run. So this was part of the rerouting that I did from my 202. So because I had that extra rare candy, I can get Thrash much earlier and one-hit that trainer's Pokemon and this Mankey. And just because I've got Thrash earlier, I'm going to destroy this guy quicker as well. But it also gets me to level 25 much earlier as well, which I'll talk about a bit later, but that ends up being really important too. But yeah, at this stage, there's like nothing that can do anything to me. Like, I'm just going to destroy absolutely everything right now. Nothing can go wrong.
I mean, the only thing that might go wrong is bind from Onyx, but that's really rare actually.
Yeah, so the next trainer has an Onyx that I fight, and obviously Thrash isn't going to do much to Onyx, so he does get a turn off. But yeah, so we grab the Charmander here. Charmander ends up being a really good HM slave, and you get him for free as well. Like, you don't have to enter an encounter, you don't have to catch him, so he's quicker to get than any other Pokemon, and he learns Cut, Strength, and Dig. So he's really nice as a HM slave. Okay, so this is the Onyx we were talking about. Luckily, Double Kick complements Thrash really nicely, but Onyx has got really good defense, so he still takes 2 turns. But yeah, Bind is the attack we're worried about because it wastes so much time. I thought...
Oh my god! No way! A miss bind. That's awesome.
Like, this run, it's just so good.
That's awesome.
But yeah, now everything is free. Like,
Yeah.
the only thing that can possibly go wrong is if Thrash misses. So, I guess we haven't explained this either, but every attack, even if it has 100% accuracy in this game, like Thrash does, it can still miss. Because the Gen 1 programming isn't exactly the best. But yeah, if your attack has 100% accuracy, it actually has a 1 in 256 chance of missing, which is very, very low, obviously, but is still a possibility. Okay, so again, we have a choice between 2 trainers, and we fight the top guy simply because he's only got 2 Pokemon, and the guy at the bottom's got 4. So, always fight the guy with less Pokemon. Takes less time to kill them. Like, the run is just about optimizing. Like, the standard of Pokemon speedrunning is you fight as little people as you can, obviously, because you're trying to go through the game as fast as you can. But like, damn, Nidoking just goes in so hard right now. Thrash is such a good move.
Yeah, everything dies in one hit. Best move ever. You don't have to pick it again too, so saves a lot of time.
Okay, so after this, we're gonna go fight Misty. Now this is probably the biggest part of the reroute. So initially what I was doing was I was actually going to Vermilion City and doing the SSN, and then coming back to Cerulean to fight Misty, because Misty is such a difficult fight with a Nidoking. So the way the Gen 1 AI works is there's programmed bad AI and quote-unquote good AI. So all gym leaders have the good AI, and basically all it means is if they have a move that is interpreted as super effective, so it's just its type against your Pokemon's type is super effective, they will always use that move. So Misty's Starmie has Water Gun and Bubble Beam, and because that's super effective against you, she will always use that move, no matter what, unless she's using a status attack. So statuses are also allowed in the good AI, and so her only status move is to use an X Defend, which also wastes time and makes the fight even harder if she uses it. And basically, if you go into the Misty fight at level 24, she can 2-hit you with Bubble Beam, she's faster than you, and you 3-hit her. So you're pretty much boned. So the strategy was go to SSN, level up to 26 and come back, and then be faster and be able to 2-hit her. But with this getting the rare candy in Mount Moon and getting Thrash early, you end up being able to be level 25 before Misty, which still makes it very difficult, but with really good stats, you're still a favorite. So, if you recall, my stats are amazing on this Nidoking. He's got perfect attack, almost perfect speed, and amazing special. So the other thing that's of really big importance is that Misty Starmie has a speed stat of 56. Just pay close attention what my speed stat is when I level up to level 25. So obviously we're going to Misty first, so this is really risky, but you gotta do what you gotta do to save time.
Oh, damn. Got hit with Supersonic.
And
Oh.
then go through.
Yep. Perfect.
And Nugget Bridge went so well. Okay, so if you quickly glance my speed there, it was 57. So I'm now 1 speed faster than Starmie. And this is with absolutely perfect speed. So, like, that gives you a bit of a grasp of how important your stats are. But yeah, Nugget Bridge went so well that I only needed to use 1 potion before Misty there, because I just didn't take any damage at all. Like, no quick attacks or anything. Because obviously you need to be at full health before this fight. So if she gets, the main thing I'm worried about at this stage is if she uses Bubble Beam and she gets a speed fall on my Nidoking. So okay, I go first, do half damage, and she uses Bubble Beam, which isn't nice, but she doesn't get the speed fall, so I'm fine.
Yep, that was perfect.
Perfect fight.
Definitely worth the route change.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it looks so trivial, the fight like that, but that fight is amazingly difficult. The other plus side to doing Misty early, other than obviously you're doing less movement because you don't have to go to Vermilion and then back to Cerulean, is you get Bubble Beam now. And just so happens that Nidoking can learn every single bloody move there is, and he can learn Bubble Beam. It also gives you a few more levels before this guy, and I think you've had more troubles with this guy than me, 5-upper.
Yeah, so the Machop won't die with Thrash usually. And then the Drowsy is a damage range, and it has Confusion, which can kill you. Let's see how it goes, though. Critical? Oh my god, no critical? He just died. Wow, perfect. That attack is so good. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then Drowsy dies as well. I think Drowsy's got Hypnosis too.
Yeah, it does.
And if you're put to sleep while you're using Thrash, you can't, because you can't do anything because you're still in Thrash, you also can't heal. So you're just stuck being asleep if you use Thrash until you wake up. There's just no way out of it. Okay, so coming up now is one of the very few quote-unquote tricks in the run. It's called Jingle Skip. So basically, jingles don't play while music is overlapping one another. So there's a hidden item here that I get while the music is still trying to play itself. And because I get that hidden item so quickly, the jingle for it doesn't play. And the jingle takes like 4 seconds to find a hidden item, so it saves a bit of time by picking up that item so quickly. No encounters. Sweet.
That's really good. I think in your world record run, you had 2 encounters there.
Yeah, in the 202. So yeah, the only thing I'm really worried about here is quick attacks wasting time, because Thrash is just going to destroy everything. These Pidgeys go down really easy. And what was that? No quick attacks?
Yeah, that was really good.
Really good fight. Okay, so I teach Bubble Beam now, just to make you think that it's important that I teach Bubble Beam now. It's actually not important at all, and I can teach this at any time before the SSN. But I teach it now just to make you think I'm going to use Bubble Beam in this next fight, when in reality I just use Thrash because it's so good.
I mean, Thrash just kills him, and you don't have to choose another move, so... Bubble Beam might be able to kill these, but...
But like, it's slower.
Yeah, it's slower.
Just fast. It's just such a good move. Like, it ends up not being that good late game because it's not killing things anymore. But, like, early game when it's just destroying everything. Like, I even one-hit the Raticate. You're not meant to one-hit that Raticate. Like, if you have bad attack, he will definitely stay alive.
That attack going in, man.
Okay, so now we have to stock up on a few super potions, and we're also going to buy repels here. So these repels are just for Rock Tunnel, coming up soon. And the super potions are for several points throughout the game. And so now I can just go to SSN and destroy the rival there. So this fight actually used to be much trickier with the old route, but because I've got Bubble Beam, this fight ends up being much easier. Because if you recall, he's got Sandshrew, and Sandshrew actually has really high defense. So like Thrash doesn't kill Sandshrew, for example, but Bubble Beam destroys him.
And the awesome SSN music.
It's pretty good. Okay, so like we said, when you use Thrash, you can't select another attack, and after 3 to 4 turns, you'll also be confused. So in this fight, you actually don't use Thrash. Use Horn Attack on these first two, and Horn Attack is still powerful enough to kill them. It would be faster to use Thrash, but then I'm going to get confused, so we use Horn Attack on these two. And then Sandshrew comes out third, and so we would still be using Thrash for Sandshrew, and obviously that would destroy us, so straight to Bubble Beam. That Sandshrew's actually got Slash as well, at a really low level, and Slash like always criticals. It does a lot of damage, so it's really nice that he goes down in one hit now. I love this new route, it's so good.
And critical. Yeah, this fight went pretty perfectly.
Yeah, that can't possibly go better.
Nope.
Okay, so now we obviously get cut, and then we go to Surge's gym. Now, okay, a little backstory about Surge's gym. Fuck Surge's gym. Okay, fuck trash cans.
Oh man.
Okay. So trash cans can either be in the corners, in the top middle can or the bottom middle can, and then in the middle left of center and the middle right of center. So the first trash can only be in 8 of the 15 trash cans. And then a few guys actually calculated exactly how the trash cans work in yellow, and they're different to red, blue, which is interesting. But basically, it'll choose 2 trash cans, or it'll choose 2 positions that the next switch can actually be in. And so, like, if it's in a corner, say it's in the bottom left corner, the second trash can can either be, like, it can give 4 different combinations. It can either give up, 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 left, left, up, or left, left. So in 3 out of 4 of those combinations, if you go either up or left, you've found the right trash can. So you've got a 75% chance. So in the middle ones, at the same token, you've got a 50% chance. In the ones that are in the middle column, however, the game actually bugs out, and there's an 88% chance that the second switch is in the top left, because it just completely bugs out and it's not adjacent anymore, and it's just pulling bytes from absolutely everywhere in the game. The second trash can actually be in 12 of the 15 cans, but yeah, it's more likely to be in the top left, and it's an 88% chance. So overall, I have a 71% chance to get the second trash can first go, on average. But in every single one of my good runs, I had never gotten trash cans first go. Ever. They had always been garbage. Always. No pun intended. Nope. So my first one goes wrong. So that was a 50%er that I ended up getting wrong. So I got really unlucky. So I'm only checking ones where I know the first can be in. Okay, now this is a 75% chance to be right. It's also wrong.
Oh, that's awful.
And then I get, this is one of the bugged ones. So now there's an 88% chance that it's going to be in top left. And what do you know? It's in top left.
That's my
Top
favorite
left
one to
press
get.
to the rescue.
That 88% chance.
And so those trash cans were shit. Now, while I was streaming, I was telling everybody this was the time when I knew this was the run. My trash cans sucked. I'm going all the way. Every single time I get good trash cans, I get absolutely destroyed somewhere. But now that I had bad trash cans, I was confident that this run was going all the way.
I mean, you did get Mega Punch there.
Yeah, and then
Thunderbolt.
So.
That went okay. Oh, wow.
Really got lucky not to get the 2-hit there. But like the 2-hit is pretty insane against Raichu.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, Raichu does have Mega Kick, and like a Mega Kick critical does like 80% of your health, so even Surge can destroy you. Like I said, just everybody can destroy you in this game. Now we get the bike voucher, because obviously the bike's the fastest method of travel. And then because we didn't heal at Vermilion, we're going to walk back to Cerulean, by digging from Diglett's cave, which ends up being faster than walking back there. So you'll see that a lot in the run, where there's a specific war point where it's the last place that you've healed in a Pokemon Center, and you dig out of various places to walk back there, because it ends up being the best place to be at the time. Later in the run, that ends up being Celadon City, but for now it's Cerulean. I'll also pick up Squirtle here as well, because I need one more thing to learn Surf. And Squirtle only takes 9 seconds to get, so he's really quick as well. I actually think it's really nice that even in a speedrun of this game, you still get Charmander and Squirtle, just because they're really good HM slaves.
And who likes Bulbasaur anyways, right?
Shame about Bulbasaur, yeah. Okay, so now that we've got the bike, we also move this to the top. And so this is a bit of item management here. So we switch the bike near the top of the items, and then we teach Thunderbolt. So when you use the last of an item, the item cursor goes back up to the top. And so now I'm right at the top where the bicycle is, even though I was right down at the bottom of my items. Like, there's a lot of item management optimization in this run. Like, there's been various times where I'd spend like 5 hours on the game just trying to save like 3 button inputs on the item management. Like, it's really fun to mess around with, just to try and optimize it to that point. And then it's like, it ends up being like really, really insignificant. Like, one turn is like 7 seconds in a run. But the optimization of the menus will save like 2 seconds. But I'll get really pumped about that, just to know that I'm actually playing really well. Okay, now this fight, she's actually got 4 Pokemon. This is the only stage in the game where you need to use Thrash for 4 turns. So like I said before, Thrash will confuse you after either 3 or 4 turns. So it's possible that I get confused on the 3rd turn here, and then Bellsprout can body me. But I get the 4 turns. Really nice. Like, that Bellsprout's got Sleep Powder. He's got Wrap as well, I think, as well. So you can absolutely get destroyed by that trainer. I got really lucky, I got the 4 turn.
That's awesome too. Great fight so far.
Would you like to talk about this Venonat 5-upper?
Oh god, no. So this Venonat, even I had a whole bunch of Nidorans that had 16 attack, and this Venonat refuses to go down for some reason. Stays down with 1 HP, gives me Supersonic or Confusion, and I just get completely bodied.
Oh, when he says 16 attack, he means 16 attack at level 8,
Yes.
which is like EV 12 plus. So really good attack.
Yes.
And he goes down in one hit. You know, nothing special.
Oh, what? Doesn't matter, it's the run.
It's the run. You know. Okay, so now we head over to Rock Tunnel. Obviously we don't have Thrash, so we do this in the dark. Which, I mean, this is just a bit of memorization. Knowing where all the trainers you have to fight are, knowing your way through. It's no gold Rock Tunnel.
No, it's not.
But yeah, this is where Nidoking's exceptionally good move pool really comes into play. Because there's a bunch of things here that now Thrash won't be able to buddy, but because he's got Bubble Beam and Thunderbolt as well, he can just destroy everything. So you may notice as well that I actually kept Horn Attack instead of Double Kick. I don't actually use Horn Attack anymore. The reason I've kept that there is simply because of the move slots. The move that's going to go over Horn Attack is going to be the most important in the game, and like if I got rid of Horn Attack instead of Double Kick, Thunderbolt would be in move slot 1, and I do not use Thunderbolt that much. So, I mean, that's the kind of optimization in the menuing as well, just to try and save a few inputs to not have to go down to select Horn Drill. So yeah, good special meant I killed that Slowpoke as well. With bad special, they don't go down either. And they've got Confusion, which can destroy you. And then there's this trainer. Okay, so this trainer never dies. Like, Thrash never kills this Oddish. And Oddish has Sleep Powder and Stun Spore. And Stun Spore is arse, pretty much. Never mind. Like, that's the best critical you can possibly get. Like, that Oddish is so bad. And just, like, the timely crits this Nidoking gets is absolutely insane. Another thing I do in here is I use repels before repels wear off. This is to avoid the text that comes up that says repels effect wore off. So, that's just a bit more optimization. I made a minor mistake there, but that was actually just RNG manipulation. Now this guy, nothing can go wrong with this guy. Like, I crit the Oddish, this has been perfect.
It's not like you
Like,
can use Thrash against this guy or anything.
Oh man! So yeah, like the last run I had that got to this point, I accidentally used Thrash on this guy, and he's got like Geodudes, obviously. And so that kind of destroyed me, because like it did 0 damage, and just wasted like 2 minutes. And that run got destroyed because of that.
Wasting 2 minutes is a huge, huge deal in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know, there isn't like a specific amount of quote-unquote skill needed to play this game, but you have to keep your concentration really, really hard, because like, you just miss one button and you've wasted 2 minutes. And then this trainer you use Thrash on. And this Oddish is level 20, so with bad attack, this Oddish doesn't go down either, but I've got good attack, so this Oddish goes down. I hate Oddishes, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out. Like, my 3 least favorite Pokemon speedrunning this game are Oddish, Drowsy, and Gyarados. Maybe Sandslash as well.
Mine is Sandslash, Ductrio, and Ninetales.
Dude, Ninetales is so...
I hate Ninetales. I hate it.
Sand/Slash and Dugtrio though. But like, there's just so many Oddishes everywhere. I just hate them so much. It's ridiculous, and like every single one of them has some status move that can fuck you up. So yeah, this guy, this Growlithe, again, damage range, whether he dies in one hit or not, from Thrash, because Growlithe's actually got decent defense. Got him.
Yeah, that attack is really, really good right now.
And like the amount of like little optimizations I've been getting as well, like I noticed before, like that Pidgey from the last fight used Quick Attack. That's like pretty much the only Quick Attack I've gotten. Like Quick Attack just wastes a little bit of time. But yeah, okay. Now this is the biggest mistake of the run, by far. There's two hidden items in here. There's an elixir and there's a nugget. And so I have a counting method to try and get this elixir.
Oh no!
And somehow I've gone past it. And so I go back trying to look for it. Somehow I've gone past it again. So I go back to look for it a third time.
What is going on?
Miss.
Oh
Alright,
my god.
I'll just get the nugget. Whoa, that's the... Okay, go back. Alright, I found the nugget.
Okay, so the elixir should be easy now.
Yeah, I should be able to get the elixir. There it is.
Perfect. Awesome.
So like, that's the hugest mistake in the run by so far. I timed that out and that cost me 14 seconds. Absolutely insanely stupid how long that took. And I'm convinced that the game cheated. And I did not miss the elixir. The game just was like, what's an elixir? But like, that was bullshit. And that was all on me, and that was completely pathetic. But in the scheme of things, that was RNG manipulation. Because if I didn't do that, the run wouldn't have been this awesome. But okay, yeah, we have to sell a couple things for money, and also to free up some space. And now we're going to do our big shop. So this is where you can buy X items. And if you didn't know, X items are amazing in this game. Like, just free stat ups save you so many turns and keep you alive. And X accuracies are awesome. So X accuracies in this game are broken, and will mean all your attacks always hit, no matter what the attacks are. Also buy a couple X speeds. Interestingly, X attacks are actually not good for Nidoking at all. It's pretty much just all about X accuracies. You'll see why. You'll see why later on. I'm also going to load up on a few new moves here. I'm going to get both Ice Beam and Rock Slide from this trainer, who, I always loved this trainer, like, even when I was a kid. Like, she just gives such good TMs just for nothing. Like, she gives you Ice Beam, Rock Slide, and Tri-Attack. Like, they're so good. And then I get the next Fresh Water for the guard. Okay, so yeah, there's not much that can go wrong here. This is just, like, all planning, or knowing exactly where your money's going, and knowing exactly what you need for the run. And, like, so, like, the amount of planning that goes into this run is pretty intense, but, like, I think I spent, like, 2 years or so routing this game to be perfect. Like, yeah, I started running this game in 2011, and it's 2013 now, and that's when I got the run. And yeah, that all went well. $400 left. Don't need any money at this point anymore, so that all went really well. Oh, yellow strats. In case you didn't notice, I actually teleported up a tile by entering at the bottom of that house and coming out at the top, just to save one tile. That doesn't happen in Red Blue.
Actually, when I did play Red Blue and I went to that bottom tile, I entered on the bottom and hit that guy, and I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's just those little pieces of knowledge that end up saving a bunch of time throughout the whole run. Like, all those tiny optimizations are like, this run, like, there was a segmented run of this game, which involves, like, saving and restarting to be able to get perfect luck. That run came out at 2 hours and 29 minutes. This is a single segment run done in one playthrough, and it's half an hour quicker. Like, the amount of optimization that's gone into Pokemon speedrunning the past couple of years has been really, really good. Like, it feels really nice getting off a run just because it feels so perfect. Okay, So I also switched my super repels up to the top because I'm going to use those a bunch. And while I did that, I taught my new moves, Rock Slide and Horn Drill. Now, remember how I said X accuracies make any move always hit? When you couple that with Horn Drill, which is a one-hit kill move, you just absolutely destroy everything in the game. And this is where Nidoking just completely goes in now. Like, I think this is a really great fight after getting Horn Drill, because it shows how beast Nidoking is, like, straight away. It's just like, okay, here's what you do. You use an X accuracy, right? And then you use Horn Drill. 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 So pretty much the rest of the game is just being able to set up to use Horn Drill. Unfortunately, you don't have enough PP to always get away with that. And occasionally there are Pokemon that are just going to one-hit you straight off the bat. So it does become a lot more interesting later on. Like, this isn't just going to be a complete spam fest from now on. But it is the main premise, is just Horn Drill is amazing. Damn, I got a quick attack. That's unfortunate. 2 seconds down the drain.
Alright, so incoming Rock Slides for the Ghastlies.
Yeah, so the Ghastlies have really high special, so obviously Horn Drill doesn't affect them and neither does Thrash because they're ghosts. Thunderbolt doesn't do anything, so you have to use Rock Slide because for whatever reason, despite the fact that Nidoking can learn Fire Blast and Bubble Beam and Thunderbolt, he can't learn Dig despite being a ground type. So the only move at this stage that'll one-hit these Ghastlies is Rock Slide. And you really do need to one-hit these Ghastlies because they have a really terrible moveset. They have Confuse Ray, awful, awful move. They have a Lick, which has a 30% chance to paralyze you, awful move. And they have Nightshade, which at this stage, as you can see, will do like over half my health that I have. So it's really important that I one-hit all these Ghastlies. And they've got Rock Slide has a 90% accuracy, so I can still miss these Ghastlies. And if I do miss, I can get in real trouble.
If
Like I
you
said,
do miss and they use something like Lick and you get paralyzed, you're kind of forced to use a full restore right there. And it can destroy your entire like item management and it can like go on the fly at that point.
yeah, like like I said, pretty much any trainer can fuck up this run, and these trainers are no exception. Like even something little like a Ghastly can just completely send your run into a spinning downfall. And like if you don't have a full restore for then like say Koga can absolutely wreck you. So there's 4 Ghastlies in here and I've hit 3 of them so far, so going really well. And obviously I got the free heal in here, which gave all my Horn Drill PP back, which is why I could just spam Horn Drill on the rival. And I hit the 4th one. So really, really good Lavender Tower. Oh no, there is still one trainer left.
Nothing bad can happen there though.
No.
That's a free fight.
Okay, so instead of getting the Sylph scope and killing this Marowak, we just use a Pokédoll to escape the Pokemon battle. This isn't considered a glitch because the Pokédoll is doing its intended purpose. It's escaping from a Pokemon battle, so doing exactly as intended, and then we get to another Team Rocket fight. But yeah, nothing can really go wrong here. It is still possible that you can die in this fight, however. Like, if the Ghastlies had destroyed you, and you're on, like, 2 health, and Meowth does 2 damage, then you would die. But he doesn't even do 2 damage. Like, that's perfect. A growl fail. That's like the quickest thing he can do.
Yeah, of course. I always like it when those moves fail. It just saves a lot of time instead of your health going down.
And Horn Drill's the only attack you have that can one-hit these guys, so that's what you use. So now I can say really good Lavender Tower. And now that I've got the Poker Flute, I can go wake up Snorlax. Okay, so remember I said before about the warp point being Celadon. So I didn't take the center before because I was just about to teach new moves and I didn't need health or anything. But I fly back and I take the center now. So I obviously can't dig after getting the Poker Flute, so there's no reason for the warp point to be set to Celadon until now. And that brings back all my Horn Drill PP, which is really nice, and it sets the warp point to Celadon. So Celadon ends up being a really good hub because it's really close to Saffron, which is where we're going now, and obviously it's close to the Celadon gym, and it's the quickest way to get to Fuchsia down Cycling Road. So it ends up being a really good hub for the rest of the run. Okay, so we head over to Silphco now, because the Poker Flute also opens up Silphco, and in here it is probably the second most important TM after Horn Drill in Earthquake. So we go to the 10th floor, and that's exactly where we go to get Earthquake.
I love Earthquake. One of my favorite moves ever.
Absolutely. Agree. Okay, this is... I think it's the last Pokemon in the game that takes 3 hits. This Pokemon. This Machoke. So, he's only got 1 Pokemon. So it ends up being faster to use Thrash and 3-hit him than it is to use an X accuracy and then use Horn Drill. The reason for this is, obviously it takes more time to go to your items and use an X accuracy than use an attack, and Thrash is really fast, so 3 turns from Thrash is faster than X accuracy Horn Drill. And remember that I only had $400 left, and X accuracy costs $950, so I don't have money for an X accuracy at that stage either. Okay, so I actually pick up the Carbos here. Now, this is one of the more interesting parts of the rerouting, was that you would get Carbos to increase your speed so that you could outspeed specific Pokemon later on in the game. My speed is actually good enough that I don't need that Carbos, but I pick it up anyway. I'll explain why a bit later, but that Carbos is actually completely irrelevant to the run, and it's going to serve 0 purpose, other than I'm going to pick it up. So now I heal to full health and I teach Earthquake over Rock Slide, had a quick hurrah. Unfortunately, you can't get Earthquake before Lavender Tower. It's a shame, but... Okay, so now we're going to perform Psylocke skip. So this was a skip found by Psylocke98 by complete accident when we were doing a race of this game once, where he just took this teleporter by random and then came straight down to the card key. So what I used to do was I would go down to the 5th floor, take that teleporter and then take it back.
That's awesome.
How I always did it. And then one day he was just like, oh, where does this teleporter go? Oh, look, it's the card key. And I was like, how the fuck did you do that?
That's awesome.
I just had no idea that teleporter was on the 9th floor. I thought it was like right down the bottom or something. I actually had no idea where it was. And then pick up the card key. So yeah, nothing can really go wrong on those 2 fights. It's the next one coming up where things can start to go wrong. So, you're a bit underleveled because you're not really meant to be here at this stage. You're meant to be like fighting Erica and bullshit. But instead you go to Silph Co because you want Earthquake. And now that you're here, well, you might as well do all of Silph Co. And so your rival here is at a much better position in the game than you are. You've only got one Pokemon and you're level 34, and he's got high level 30s, and he's got 5 of them. And so instead of leading with Spearow now, he also leads with Sandslash. And like I said before, Sandslash has Slash, which always criticals, and it does a lot of damage. It'll do over 50% to you. So you have to hope he doesn't use Slash twice, otherwise he'll kill you here. And you need both an X accuracy and an X speed. He used Swift twice on me, which is fine. Okay, so I need to use an X speed here as well. In case you didn't know, the one-hit KO mechanics work differently in Generation 1 versus other games. Instead of having to be a higher level or equal level to your opponent, you have to be higher or equal speed for it to work. So if you're slower than the opponent, Horn Drill will not work. So I use the X speed to be faster than everything he's got, so that I don't get bodied. And I also have to save Horn Drill PP here. So I'm using Earthquake on everything it'll kill as well.
That was a pretty good fight though. You didn't get slashed twice, so it's really good.
I didn't, if you get slashed once, you might have to heal up and just wait until he doesn't use Slash. But that does waste a bunch of time, so... yeah, getting Swift, really good.
And the run's going insanely good at the moment, so there's no reason to take any chances that badly at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, and Team Rocket again. So, luckily this time we've actually got Earthquake, so we don't have to load up on Horn Drill, and Earthquake's so good that it just completely destroys these guys. But yeah, nothing has gone wrong in here at all. This has all been really nice, really smooth. Really the only thing that can go wrong is Sandslash using Slash and ruining your time. Giovanni can waste a bunch of time up here as well.
With Fury attack though, which, I mean, it wastes maybe 20 or 30 seconds, I guess.
Yeah, again, you have to set up here with an X accuracy and an X speed. So he gets 2 hits on you with Nidorino. I've got enough health that he can't kill me, but like we said, he can waste a bunch of time by using Fury attack and hitting 5 times. But yeah, that's another good reason I didn't get slashed the second turn as well. Just so I didn't have to heal before Giovanni. Perfect.
Focus energy. And focus energy, the best move in the game. Damn.
That's too good. Amazing.
You didn't get a unnecessary crit there, but that wastes seconds, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think it's 0.8 of a second or something. I can't remember. But it's something a bit small.
Especially after that kind of fight, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, double focus energy is really good. So you have to use the X speed, otherwise Persian, outspeeds you. And Horn Drill's the only move that'll one-hit him.
That Persian can actually destroy you if you don't have Horn Drill and you outspeed it. Because it has Slash, I think, and that can body you pretty badly too.
Yeah, I think Persian Slash does 70% of your health at full health, so that hurts really bad. Now I can get the Master Ball, but I'm not going to. Instead I dig out of here, because I've got Nidoking. There's nothing better than Nidoking. No need for the Master Ball. And now I bike back to Saffron. Like I said, Celadon's a really good hub, because it's right next to Saffron. It's quicker to bike to Saffron than to fly to Saffron from Celadon, so it saves time. and now we head off to the gym. So obviously beating Giovanni opens up this gym, and you might be thinking that this is a bit bizarre, going to... Oh, this
Oh
was
my
pretty
god.
bad.
He's going for the elixir, and
Yeah,
he's
so I've gone for
saved.
the items, and I think that my item cursor is going to be at the top and be at Pokedex, but instead it's an item. So I've gone 2 down, and I've hit A, and then I've seen save, and I'm like, oh shit. That was dumb. Okay, again, RNG manipulation.
For sure.
RNG manipulation, absolutely. But yeah, you might think it's a bit strange that I'm going to the Psychic Gym out of order. Like, this is the 6th gym leader, and it's going to be my 4th badge. Like, I'm weak to Psychic. You would think I would want to delay this one. But in actuality, this is the only fight in the whole game that you cannot lose. The only one.
If you
She
set
leads
up right.
with,
For
she
sure.
leads with an Abra, and the Abra cannot do damage. She can use X defends, or she can use Flash on you, which reduces your accuracy. And that doesn't matter, because you use an X speed,
X
an X
accuracy.
accuracy, which negates all accuracy drops. You will always hit no matter what. And so now with 2x speeds and an X accuracy, I am both faster than all of her Pokemon, and I will always hit. So I can kill both Abra and Kadabra with Earthquake, so I use those to save Horn Drill PP for later, and then I Horn Drill Alakazam, and that's it. Sabrina is the only trainer in the game that cannot beat you, like, just no matter what. Actually, if you have bad attack, you cannot kill her Kadabra with Earthquake.
I've actually had 16 attack at level 8 and or at level 6 or sorry, level 8, and I haven't killed the Kadabra, and I didn't really understand why.
That's bizarre.
That's an awful damage range, I'm sure. Like, that's probably the worst damage range possible.
Okay, and there it was. You saw it there. My pack was full of other items. That is why I got the car boss. Because I have 20 items, gym leaders will not give me their TMs anymore, and that ends up saving time. Getting the car boss took 2.5 seconds. Sabrina's TM, her giving it to you, Psywave, takes 4 seconds. Me having my pack full of other items ends up saving time throughout the run, which is one of the really interesting things, I think, about this run. Just, like, the item management is really cool. Like, a lot of people complain about Gen 1 only having 20 items. For the speedrun, it actually makes it really interesting. Another thing I did out of Sabrina was I used Dig on the teleporter. This was actually intentional because instead of doing the big spiral dig animation, it did the teleport animation. So it ended up being faster to sit through that.
I love that little pause. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake as well on my end, getting the rare candy in there.
Only
It is a bit
wasted like 2
correctly.
seconds, so.
Yeah, that was very, very minimal and RNG manipulation. So it's all good.
It sets up the RNG for the next fight, which ends up going
And
pretty
then
well.
look at that. That was
Oh
the
my
worst
god.
mistake.
I'm done.
What was I doing?
Oh my god.
So I just went an extra tile. Like it's really unlike me to make mistakes like this. It just so happened that I did it in this run. Actually, that's not true. I always make mistakes, but then generally not that stupid. But okay, yeah. So the next fight, is just Earthquake, 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 because you're so good. Nidoking's amazing. You can just destroy this guy. You are really worried about the Koga fight in this gym though. Like the Koga fight, oh my god, it can go so bad. Koga's like, if you were fighting the red-blue Koga, it would be so easy, but the yellow one is just insane. Like, he's meant to be a poison gym leader and all he does is spam Psychic. But yeah, the only way something bad can happen in this fight is if you miss one of these Earthquakes somehow. Okay, so the second fight is the one that can actually go bad, because the second fight in this gym, he's got a Drowsy and a Hypno, and you can't one-hit Hypno with Earthquake. And Hypno can obviously do a lot of damage, psychic moves, your poison type, etc. And he can confuse you as well, so this fight can definitely go very bad. And like, if he does damage to you, even if he doesn't kill you, like just healing that damage back up with a super potion or whatever, that takes a lot of time, so you want to see him do no damage to you. And if I recall correctly,
Poison gas. That's what I thought it was too.
Yeah, and I use Thunderbolt there as well, because again, Thunderbolt's a shake and Earthquake's a flash, so it just takes less animation.
That feel when you don't have to heal.
And now I just go into Koga. Now, okay, so I said good AI as well, so this Venonat can use 2 moves. He can use Psychic, and he can use Sleep Powder, both of which suck. Sleep Powder putting you to sleep wastes infinite amount of time, and Psychic, if he criticals, will do like 80 damage. And if he gets the special fall, he can then kill you as well. This fight was incredibly amazing.
Yeah, he missed Sleep Powder, and that X attack. So
Like,
nice.
insane. It's so good. Like, you can easily waste like 3 minutes on this guy. Like, if he uses Sleep Powder, and you're just continually using the Poker Flute, and then he just spams Sleep Powder at you, and just keeps putting you back to sleep, you can just waste an infinite amount of time, and he can kill you with Psychic really easily. Like, either a critical Psychic or Psychic Special Fall, you'll just die. This is like definitely one of the big fights that can trip you up, and it just went absolutely perfect.
Yeah, that X attack was really nice to see.
And again, I don't have space for his TM. Just saving those frames, man. Okay, so now that I've beaten Koga, I head off to the Safari Zone. Now, if you recall, I've got full items, and I need 2 items in here. I need both the Gold Teeth, and I need HMO3 Surf. So now I have to get rid of 2 items while I'm in here. So I'm now out of Horn Drill PP, in case you didn't see. I'm down to 0. So one of the things I'm going to do in here is I'm going to use an Ether. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my TMs that you might have noticed has just been sitting there doing nothing for a while. And this was just for the item management. It's to teach Ice Beam. So I could have taught Ice Beam before, and it would have saved a marginal amount of time by using Ice Beam on Giovanni's Rhyhorn. But instead I teach it here because the item management is actually more important. Like, those little things are really interesting to me as well. Like, just making space with the items.
I really like the aspect of Gen 1 and 20 items.
I find it fine playing casually, but for the speedrun, that's like really interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing to think about. Again, just Super Pel over Super Pel. Nothing really can really go wrong in the Safari Zone, other than getting the Gold Teeth. I generally miss a tile here because the lag is really variable after you pick up the Gold Teeth, and you have to quickly make a turn afterwards. Instead, I just... whatever.
Run into the wall a bit. Not
That's
a big
all
deal.
fine.
Yeah. Pick up Surf.
And dig straight out of here.
Now it's time for Erica.
Yep, now it's time for Erica, and like I said, Celadon happens to be exactly where I go, because it's my hub. So the reason we delay Erica this late is, number 1, because that's where I taught Ice Beam. Number 2, because you need to fly out of this gym. You can't dig out of Erica's gym like you can out of Sabrina's gym. You also can't dig out of Koga's gym, but that's fine because you go to Safari Zone. So you need to use fly after Erica's gym because there's nothing else to do. Like, there's a cut bush and it's way quicker to fly outside of Erica's gym. So um, you don't want to fly back to Celadon because that's a waste of time. So you want to make it so your next, like the next thing you have to do in this run is use fly. And after Erica, I either have to fly to Pallet Town to go to Blaine, or I have to fly to Fuchsia to go get Strength. So it just turns out really, really well that you do Erica 6th. Like, she's not a specifically hard gym leader, it just saves map time to fight her 6th.
And that Ice Beam's really nice. Instead, you would have had to use Thrash, but you worked the Ice Beam into the strats.
Yeah, that's part of the rerouting, was getting Ice Beam. We originally didn't get that, and we would actually teach Surf over Thrash instead, but you would still have Thrash at this point, and use that on Execute. And Execute's got Hypnosis, and you don't one-hit him, so he can waste like 8 turns just by putting you to sleep there. Ice Beam does not one-hit all of Erica's Pokemon, and you would have to use an X Special to make it one-hit all of her Pokemon. So it ends up being faster to use an X Accuracy and use Horn Drill instead of using the X Special and using Ice Beam, because Ice Beam is super effective, so it brings up the super effective text, so it ends up being faster to use Horn Drill on all of them. And then she gets bodied, and I've still got 20 items, so she's not going to give me Mega Drain either. And now with Erica done, I go and get Strength from Fuchsia. I always forget about this when I'm doing the run. Like, I'm always trying to think on my toes, and I only remember to fly to Fuchsia like the tile that I walk out of the gym. I'm just like, oh shit, that's right.
You gotta go back for that Strength.
Uh-huh. Like, it's such an easy thing to forget about.
Yeah. It's like the last thing on your mind right now.
When you only walk a little bit, or when there's only like 8 tiles that you like travel, it ends up being faster to walk than to put on the bike and then use the bike. So I just walk to Strength. The only other times that happens is when you're going to Blaine's gym, and when you get HMO1 Fly, you just walk there instead of putting on the bike. And so now we take our mom, because we need to be full health before Blaine, and this brings back the Horn Drill PP that we just used in Erica's fight. So it
It's
ends up
really
being
fast
really
to
good.
heal with Mom.
Okay, so now we teach Strength and Surf while we're here, and so now that we've got 20 items, we now need to pick up the secret key. So while we're here, we're also going to use our rare candies on Nidoking, and what this is going to do is it's going to bring us at a high enough level to try and avoid encounters in the Pokemon Mansion as well. So this is also part of the rerouting, was getting an extra rare candy to be level 44 here. Normally you would only be okay, I use the Carbox because I'm also going to buy Hyper Potions. So I get rid of that now. Which I'd almost forgotten about. I was thinking about that Carbox throughout the whole run, and then I was like, no, I've got to use it now. I forgot to buy Hyper Potions. Oh, well, I forgot I buy Hyper Potions, rather. But yeah, this was part of the rerouting to be level 44 here, because, okay, so the way repels work are they only repel Pokemon that are a lower level than you, and there's a bunch of level 43 Raticates in Cinnabar Mansion. So by getting yourself to level 44, you repel all of those. There are still level 46 Raticates in here, but they are rarer than the 43 Raticates, so it'll, in general, save you an encounter to put that rare candy up. And it also gets you more speed for the next fight, so you need 96 speed to outspeed Blaine's Ninetales. I've already got more than enough speed to do that, but just in case you do have lower speed, that is worked into the route. So all that's happening here is I'm just hoping not to run into any level 6, level 46 Raticates.
Pretty sweet, no encounters so far.
Mm-hmm. No encounters, the whole mansion.
Yeah,
Is
that's
really cool.
sweet. Really nice.
And so now the only gym leaders left are Blaine and Giovanni. And obviously we can't do Giovanni first, so we fly back to Cinnabar and do Blaine. But before we do that, we buy hyper potions. So the reason for buying hyper potions is you need something to heal a lot of HP, especially for Giovanni, is why you need these hyper potions. And it's faster to enter the Cinnabar Mansion to buy them. You also need them for the Elite Four. Now you could potentially buy full restores before the Elite Four, but you have to get hyper potions before Giovanni. Hyper potions are also really nice for playing. And so you can skip buying the full restores, so it ends up not costing that much time at all to buy the hyper potions. And now I've got 20 items again, so I won't get Blaine's TM either.
Are you answering yes here? Oh my god.
Yeah, I get this question a lot, and it's really weird that I get this question because it always seemed common knowledge to me. But if you press B on these questions, you answer no. You don't have to move the cursor down and hit A. You can just hit B. Like, I don't know. I always found that natural. I was like, yeah, B is negative, A is positive.
Yeah.
No, B. And then, yeah, now we come up to the Blaine fight. Now, you said you had an issue with Ninetales, 5-upper?
Yes. So I've gotten hit with Confuse Ray, with Flamethrower, and you know how he says you better brought Burn Heal? Yeah, you better have brought Burn Heal for this fight, man.
Yeah, he's got Confuse Ray, which can body you. He's got Flamethrower, which if it criticals you, you're dead. He's also got Quick Attack, which can waste time. And if he can burn you with Flamethrower, which can ruin you as well. But I was faster, so I wasn't worried about any of that. And I'm actually going to set up on Rapidash. So generally you would actually be slower than that Ninetales, and you would have to use an X speed first. But because my speed was so good, I could just destroy him with Earthquake and then set up on Rapidash. Now, he gave me Fire Spin, which was, wasn't the best, but I had to set up for 2 turns anyway. I mean, the fact that it lasted for 4 turns wasn't the best, but it was still fine. Like, if he had given me Growl, I wouldn't have been able to kill him with Earthquake, and I would have had to burn a Horn Drill there, and that would have actually been terrible, because I need, ideally, 4 Horn Drills after this fight for Giovanni. And I don't have any extra PP items because the run's so optimized you don't get anything extra. But overall, good Blaine fight, didn't die. And he can definitely kill you, so...
Just dig on out of here.
Mm-hmm. And now we go to the last gym, which is Viridian. So, okay, the first thing we fight in here is a Rhyhorn. Now, I was saying before, you used to get Surf and teach it to Nidoking instead. It took a lot of routing to figure out that Ice Beam was faster, and it ended up, the difference to Ice Beam being faster ended up coming down to, I've mentioned this a few times, Ice Beam shakes the screen when it attacks, and Surf flashes it. So the only attacks you could use to one-hit this Rhyhorn are Ice Beam and Surf. And Ice Beam kills him faster, simply because it shakes the screen, so the attack goes faster. Okay, this next guy, the Machokes are a damage range, whether they die to Earthquake. Wait, no, the Machokes don't die to Earthquake. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. They never die to Earthquake. So you don't use Earthquake on them. Instead, you use
Ice Beam.
Ice Beam. Because Earthquake, again, is a flash and Ice Beam's a shake. So you use 2 Ice Beams instead of 2 Earthquakes. Look at this shit.
Oh, wow.
There it is. There it is. 1 in 256 miss. I fucking missed with Ice Beam. That's complete bullshit.
Of course it happens in this run. With the
Sounds
amount of good
avoided.
things that happened, though. I mean, it's lucky this
Like-
happened and besides something else.
At least, like, he only used Focus Energy as well. Like, at least that didn't happen on Lance or something.
And then another
Like,
focus energy.
use Karate Chop, and 2 Karate Chops. Like, if that mature could use Karate Chop as well, that could have killed me. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's still a good thing he used Focus Energy. It didn't waste that much time. There's definitely much, much worse things that could have happened. And, like, that was a fine spot for Ice Beam to miss. If it's going to happen somewhere, I'd rather it happen there. So again, we re-enter the gym to reload the trainer positions. The spinners in this game are really, really slow, and so it ends up being faster to draw that guy out and then reload his position and come back into the gym rather than take those spinners and talk to him, just because they're that slow. And now we go fight Giovanni. Now, you said something about Earthquake? Sorry. You said something about Earthquake?
So, Duck Trio can use Dig and Earthquake. He can also use Guard Spec and Fissure, but if he uses Earthquake or Dig and critical hits you, you're pretty much done. And there's no chance out of it.
So, what we haven't mentioned before is that criticals in this game are actually based on speed, and because Doug Trio's speed is so good, he has a 23.4% chance of criticals. So almost a 1 in 4 chance of criticaling you, instead of a 1 in 16. I was really lucky and I got the guard spec. Like, if he uses Dig or Earthquake, like, a critical 1 hits you and you're dead and there's nothing you can do. So you use the X speed so that Fissure will not affect you, because you're faster than him. So it gives you a 50% chance for him to not attack you. And then I use the X accuracy on Persian and destroy. And
That
now
was a
I've
really
got
good
4
fight.
I can wipe through. Amazing Giovanni fight.
Oh yeah.
Like, even if he does use Dig or Earthquake and he doesn't critical, you then have to heal on Persian, because Persian could then finish you off with Slash. So, not having to heal, didn't die, really, really good fight. Like, a lot of these fights you are favorite going into, but there's like a 20% chance you'll die in so many of them. And that adds up to, like, you have a 1% chance of finishing a run. And then you have, like, a 1% chance of starting a run. It's ridiculous how hard this is. But another really good fight, and again, I don't have space for his TM. And because I didn't take, like, any damage from that fight, I don't have to heal before this next fight. I can just max ether my Horn Drill and go straight to Viridian Rival. So there's only 6 fights left in the game. There's Viridian Rival, the Elite Four, and the Champion. This is by far the easiest of those 6 fights. This one is pretty free. Again though, if you don't have good speed, you can definitely get bodied, so it's a really good thing that I've got good speed. Like, I've got good everything. But the speed is the important one for this fight, because he's got 6 Pokemon, so I can't use Horn Drill on all of them. And so that I have to use Earthquake to kill one of them. I got really unlucky to get Slash there, but that's fine. So, I have to use Earthquake on one of them, and the fastest to do that on is Kadabra, because Kadabra actually dies in 1 hit to Earthquake. I don't think any of its others do, and Earthquake also isn't super effective against Kadabra. So if you're not faster than Kadabra, this fight can destroy you, but luckily I already am, so it's all good.
Yeah, I mean the fact that your speed was so good just saved a whole bunch of time throughout the run too.
Yeah, like nothing in the run you can go, oh yeah, I had bad stats, so that's why this happened. Like, everything was just perfect. And then, like, on top of that, like, none of the fights were bad. Like, there isn't a single fight you can point out and go, yeah, that sucked. Like, everything just went so well. And, like, then there were so many magic crits everywhere. Like, that oddish crit, I just can't get over that oddish crit. I hate that oddish so much.
That
It's so
oddish
good.
is the worst one too, for sure. I mean, it has sleep powder, stun spore, like, god damn it.
Mm-hmm. And so now we head over to the Elite Four. I really like this music. I think it's really cool that even though you put on the bike, it still keeps this music on.
That's how badass the Elite Four is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so, a little note about Victory Road. Victory Road is the hardest place to get your movement right in this game. Because there's so many strength boulders that you have to push into place, those strength boulders have an incredible amount of lag. It's ridiculous how much lag the strength boulders have. And like not losing any tiles in Victory Road is insane. But like you can like it doesn't take much to make a really stupid mistake and just push a boulder straight into a wall and then lose like 50 seconds having to reload the room and shit. So like on a really good run like this, I'm really nervous coming into Victory Road. Okay, so this is the first of those boulders, and this is the only place in the game you use strength as well, so it's a pretty unforeign concept. The issue with the lag as well is that it varies so much. Like this first boulder doesn't have that much lag, but the second one does, and the fourth one, oh my god, the fourth one's lag. But see there, I'm running into walls because then I'm readjusting to the lag. So at least I'm running into walls and not running out of place. So this one, you can actually push this in two different ways, but I found this one actually has less lag. See, look, that's an incredible amount of lag, and it made me lose a tile because it was just so big. Repel over repel. Okay, on the next floor, again, because of this new strat, you're a higher level. You're level 48 at this stage, so the only Pokemon that can appear here is a level 49 Onix. There used to be 47 Onyxes and 47 Gravelers that could appear, but in this case, it's only the 49
Oh my
Onyx.
god. What was that?
Okay, so I was really nervous that I was going to push the boulder up another spot and push him straight into the wall. So I held right really hard to make sure I went to the right, and then I'm like, okay, now I can go up. Completely forgot to hit left. Oh shit.
Oh
Let's
my
go
god.
back. Like I'm honestly surprised I didn't like push the boulder back down or something after that. It was like a 1 second mistake or something. Maybe 2.
Yeah, it looked worse than it actually counted for.
Yeah. It does look really stupid though. Okay, and here it is. Level 46 Onyx. So I already know what this is before it appears, because it's the only thing that is a higher level. Like, there's no level 48 Onyx. It's only a level 49 Onyx. I just gotta run away.
It always seems that when the music gets to that point, an encounter happens. The music's telling us something. Watch out for the
Right,
Onyx.
I only got 1 encounter there, so that's still good. Like, I would say you generally would get 2 if you were level 47 there.
Yep, that was good. For sure.
Oh my god, this lag is unbearable on this one. Go!
Push! Oh yeah, at this
Like,
point your nerves are probably just like going crazy, just hoping the run
yeah,
goes well.
like, we've talked about how so many fights can fuck you up. Like the last 5, all of them have such a high chance of fucking you up. It's ridiculous. Like the last fight in the game is actually the hardest, which is really stupid. and like all the other 4 can definitely screw you up. So okay, before we do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to deposit our slaves. So this is to avoid time in the Hall of Fame cutscene. This overall only saves about a second, but any second matters. Oh no, I'm sorry. This saves about 8 seconds. I forgot it's 4 Pokemon now. It saves 1 second when you only deposit 2, but I deposit 3 because I get the Squirtle now. So that saves like 8 seconds to deposit those Pokemon and not have to sit through watching them in the Hall of Fame cutscene. Heal up my Nidoking and brace myself. Okay, so on all of these you need to set up, and so it's generally the lead that can fuck you up. Lorelei's lead is Dugong. Dugong can use Bubble Beam, Aurora Beam, and Rest. Bubble Beam and Aurora Beam, if they critical, you're dead. Bubble Beam can also drop your speed, and that can't happen. This was probably the biggest panic attack I had in the run, was this fight. So you have to get off the next accuracy so you can horn drill.
There's that Bubble Beam.
There's the Bubble Beam. And she gives me the Speed 4.
You see that pause for a second? You're like, oh crap.
Oh crap, what do I do? Well, I have to heal up.
So let's do that.
Okay, then I get Rest. Okay, so now I'm going to use next Speed to bring my speed back. Luckily enough, I get Rest again. And now I can go through the Lorelei fight. Now, the reason this is absolute garbage is, like I said before, you do not have spare items because everything's so tight in this game. That X speed was not meant to go. I was meant to have 2 X speeds left, one for Agatha and one for Lance. I now only have 1. So I have to decide which one I'm not going to use. I decided pretty quickly that it was going to be Lance, and I'm still going to use an X speed on Agatha. But this means my Lance fight is now going to be so much harder, because Aerodactyl's going to outspeed me. He can destroy me with a Hyper Beam critical or one-hit me, and Aerodactyl's really fast, so again, he's got that high crit rate. He can destroy me with Fly and waste my time and my PP and shit. He's got Supersonic as well, I think. Like, he can just wreck you pretty bad. But okay, that was... I didn't die to Lorelei. But I'm still sweating so hard now that I've used that X speed. Like, I'm so worried. So I elixir here to get my PP back, and now I go into Bruno. That's 1 down. Bruno's the easiest of the Elite Four, definitely. But, did you ever die with the new strats on Bruno? 5-upper?
No, not with the new strats, but with the old strats, this Onyx can kill you, which is why we switched to the new strats.
So basically, all you need to do is use an X accuracy. So we used to use the X accuracy on Onyx. But then, you were in a run and you died to Onyx using critical dig.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate.
Yeah, I wasn't watching, until...
There's a Thunder Punch.
Like, I was in the car while you were at that point, and I was thinking, you know, what if you just use the X accuracy on Hitmonchan? And then I came back and found out you died to Onyx.
That's ridiculous. And the funny thing is, though, I mean, that Hitmonchan has Ice Punch, and it can freeze you and pretty much destroy the run, kind of, but it's a better chance than the dig.
Yeah, like, Ice Punch only has like a 10% chance to freeze, and even if Ice Punch criticals, it does not kill you, because Hitmonchan's special is so weak. He's got all 3 elemental punches and double team. So double team and Thunder Punch are really nice, and I got Thunder Punch. If he burns you with Fire Punch, you could actually be in a lot of trouble as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't really go into Agatha burnt, but it worked out really well. That was a perfect Bruno. Okay, now comes Agatha. Now, the past run I'd had to this point died to Agatha. I was on pace for 2 flat, and Agatha used Lick and paralyzed me. Now, the reason this is so bad is you need to use an X speed on Agatha to outspeed, like, all of her Pokemon. All of them are faster than you. If Lick paralyzes you, it drops your speed. Even if you cure the paralysis, your speed is still dropped. I got Confuse Ray, which is not good, but not bad. Hurting myself in Confusion, that's bad. Withdraw to Golbat, that's fine.
That switch was really nice.
Yeah, that switch was really good. And then I got Leech Life, which is fine. Like, Golbat's got Confuse Ray as well, so not getting confused. And now that I'm snapped out of confusion, I've got the Fight 1. 4 Earthquakes and she's dead. That might have looked a bit bad that I got Confuse Ray and hurt myself, but that is still a way better than average Agatha. Like, her Gengar, she has Lick, Paralyze is the worst. Confuse Ray obviously can fuck you up. Substitute, which wastes a bunch of time. And so the only good move she has is Mega Drain. And Mega Drain still wastes a bunch of time because it's not very effective and like it does the sap HP crap. Like that Gengar's moveset is absolute trash. So getting away with just hurting myself in confusion once, I'm really happy with that. Like that was a really good fight.
Yeah, I mean, it could have went a lot worse. That Gengar could have paralyzed you with Blick after that Confuse Ray, but it just switched out, so it's a very good fight.
Yeah, the switch was really, really nice. And like even Substitute would have wasted time. Like the switch was the best possible thing that could have happened. Okay, so now I heal up for Lance. There's 2 fights left. And like I said, I've got no X speed for Lance, so I am really, really worried about this fight. The first thing that can happen, so his lead is Gyarados. It will always use Hydro Pump because it's super effective. So what you do is you use an X Special, which means you will be able to tank the Hydro Pump, and then you'll be able to kill him with Thunderbolt in one hit. The issue is, if he criticals with Hydro Pump, dead instantly. Run over. Now, because I don't have the X speed, Aerodactyl's going to be faster than me. Hyper Beam crit, dead, run over. Fly, I'm fucked. It's going to waste a bunch of time. And Dragonair can mess me up as well. So, like, I know Hydro Pump's coming, and, like, it's still going to do, like, 80% of my health. So I'm really sweating this fight.
And of course he misses! Damn!
Because it's the fucking run, bitches!
That's insane.
The miss. Oh, so good. Like, that it's just so fucking good.
And that saves a whole bunch of time.
As well.
Yeah.
So, the other thing I'm worried about is something we didn't talk about. If you get a stat up or a stat down, it actually increases all your other stats as well. So there's a badge boost in this game that's 9/8 times, so it's 1.125 times. So using an X speed actually raises my special by 1.125 times. So there are specific badges that raises their speed, also wing attack. Perfect, right?
Yep.
Anti-critical, so if he used Hyper Beam, I would have died. So I was worried this Aerodactyl wasn't going to die from Ice Beam as well, but because my special was so good, he still went down. Like, generally, even when you use the X speed and get that extra 1.125 times, he still can live. So that was an amazing fight. Fucking awesome. But yeah, this applies to when you get the badge boost. So like, Brock's one gives an attack boost. So like, if you get hit by String Shot, your attack goes up by 1.125. And like, if you use an X speed, same thing happens. That actually ends up being really important for this fight, which is the last fight in the game, and it's by far the most intense. So his lead is Sand Slash, and his Sand Slash now has Earthquake. Earthquake one-hit kills you, and you do not have a move that can one-hit kill him. What you do instead is you use an X Special, so now you can one-hit kill him with Ice Beam. The X Special also raises your defense to the point where Earthquake does not one-hit kill you. For those who don't know, animations come back for this fight, just to make it all that more epic. Okay, so we use the X Special, out comes Earthquake. So if this criticals, again, I'm dead instantly. Nope, I take the hit, and now I use Ice Beam. This Ice Beam is a damage range. This Sand Slash does not always die, but he does because my stats are so good. Now comes Alakazam. If he criticals with Psybeam or Psychic, I'm dead. He can use either Psybeam, Psychic, or Kinesis. So 2 out of 3 of his moves, if they critical, I'm dead. First turn, Kinesis. And it failed. The only thing left that can stop me is this Psybeam criticling. Like I said before, Alakazam has really high speed. He also has a 23.4% chance to critical. You can potentially be stuck there forever while he's using Psybeam, just trying to wait for Kinesis, because you have to wait until he uses Kinesis. But now with Alakazam dead, I can now use my X accuracy on Exeggutor. By the way, perfect finish.
Yep, Miss Horn,
Just the
Hypnosis. Damn.
Like if he hit, I would have had to cure that off. But nope, he misses. Amazing
The
rival
funny
fight. Like,
thing is, you just used the full restore like right before that Hypnosis too.
yeah, as well, yeah. I forgot about that because I was like, oh yeah, nothing can stop me now. I may as well just use this full restore. Oh shit, Hypnosis. Please. I cannot stress how amazing this fight was. Like a good final fight would still be a minute slower than this. Like you get hit by Psychic, you get hit by Psybeam, you heal them both, then you get Kinesis. Then it hits and you have to X accuracy and then you kill Alakazam. Like that was just such a good fight. I cannot stress how amazing that fight was.
And that
Like,
Miss Hydro Pump on Lance was amazing too, man. It was ridiculous.
like amazing fights throughout this whole run. Like absolutely everything was incredible. It's insane how good this run was. And now all I'm waiting for is the final time because the only thing left, like, so Pokemon runs are actually timed by the game timer because the game timer is more consistent throughout different platforms. So like on Game Boy, on Gameboy Player, on Pokemon Stadium, on Emulator, the game time is always consistent. So to increase competition and make everybody on a fair playing field, we use the game timer. So all I'm waiting for is what the game timer reads at the end of the game. Like I know how good this run's been. I'm just hoping for 159. I want that sub 2 so bad. And then like when it comes up, just okay. I cannot explain. Like okay, just imagine the biggest dick you've ever seen. Like my dick was just 3 times that size when I saw 159. Look at that
Oh my
fucking shit.
god.
Holy shit, that run was so good.
That's amazing. That's so hype, man. That's the time everyone was like aiming for, really.
Like that's the ultimate frontier, getting sub
Yeah.
2 in yellow. Like I was just so fucking hyped. Like I never thought I was gonna do it, honestly. And then when it happened, I was just, oh my god. Like, god damn it, that run was fucking awesome, dude. That was fucking awesome. So the mistakes in the run were pretty much like all the battles were amazing. Pretty much everything was just the movement. Was like missing that boulder, accidentally trying to toss Super Pill, and the Elixir fiasco. So I counted up all the movement mistakes, and they added up to 21 seconds. Every movement mistake I made throughout the whole run was 21 seconds. My time, I estimated to be a 159 and 27 seconds. So even with perfect movement, this still would have been a 159. And you saw all those battles, they were absolutely amazing. So I am fairly confident to say that I will never beat this run. This run was absolutely amazing. Alright, and now we're at the credits, so I'd like to thank you for doing audio commentary with me, 5-Alpha.
You're welcome, anytime. I'd like to say that the run was amazing, and congratulations, you deserved it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, shout outs to you as well. 5-Upper's... I think you've still got like the second best time at this game, at like 2:04.
I believe so, even though it's a little outdated, but it's still a good
We're
run.
not back to 2:01s and shit, like so many times.
Yeah.
I'd anywhere, because this game can do that, like you can just die anywhere.
This run was amazing though. I mean, 159 is most likely the best possible time to get humanly possible, but it was really good, for sure.
Yeah, like I'm really, really proud of that run. So thanks everybody for watching. Like I've said thousands of times, really happy with this run. Hope to see you guys on a different Pokemon speedrun. Thanks for watching.